Thank you for joining us here at Firefox Media. We've got Aaron with Nash Moving. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So how have you been enjoying the weather, the beautiful weather that we've had?
It's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, just to say the least. Tell us what you do.
I own a moving company, and we help people through one of the most stressful situations of their life and make it as easy as possible.
Perfect. So how do you do that?
We use a moving system that uses hard plastic tubs, shrink wrap wardrobe boxes, mattress covers, basically everything you need for your move, and we provide it all to the customer.
Perfect. I like that. What inspired you to get into your shows in the field?
I don't know. I've been in business pretty much my whole life, and I got to a point where I owned trucks and I had to figure out how to pay for them. And I was fortunate enough that I'm a large person. I know how to pick furniture up, and yeah, it started 6.5 years ago now, and haven't looked back at this point.
Perfect. So I noticed that you've got your shirt Nash on there.
Yes.
Your moving shirt. What does Nash stand for?
Nash is an acronym for Nate and Aaron Smith Hayes. I own it with my older brother, as I am Aaron Smith Hayes and he is Nate.
Perfect. That's pretty cool. How long have you? So you've been in the business for 6 years, both you and your brother, or just you yourself?
Me and my brother have owned the company now for 6.5 years.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So do you guys outsource, or do you guys do everything yourselves?
We do pretty much everything ourselves. There are exceptions with some of the more exotic items that we do. Use specialty companies that just move those items.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an item that you have moved that's been really fun for you?
Really fun. Oh, I got to set up a water bottling company, and I got to move around all their heavy-duty industrial equipment, and that was probably the most fun I've ever had.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw on your website that there was this huge fish tank.
Yeah. Actually, moving fish tanks is about 10% of our business. We do all the fish tank moves for Fish Addicts out in Langley. If you haven't visited that store, it's my home away from home. So yeah,
Perfect.
it's beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So do you travel locally within BC, or do you go anywhere?
We will pick you up anywhere in Metro Vancouver, and then we will take you as far as you want to go.
Perfect. Who are you, and what makes you unique?
Well, my name's Aaron. What makes me unique? Pretty much all my competition started out as movers, and then owned a moving company. I've never actually worked for anybody else's moving company besides my own. I was shown how to move by the guy who started Broadway Moving, which is one of the largest companies in the city, and I just kind of took that and ran with it, basically. Yeah.
Perfect. I recall from our last conversation that you actually had a system in place as to how you move your clients.
Yeah, so basically the hard plastic tubs usually go in first because the classic way of moving is you put your boxy furniture in first, and then you literally load the contents of your house on top of all your furniture and then drive it down the street like that. And that is typically where all the damage happens because there's just so much weight and just stuff on top of your furniture. By using the tubs, our tubs have a stacking capacity of about 150 kilograms. So they go floor to ceiling, wall to wall, and usually 100 tubs, about 3 rows of tubs. And then the rest of the truck is dedicated to your furniture, so we don't have to stack anything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good system.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like
it takes away the Tetris. Yeah.
I like the idea of not having to worry about my furniture being ruined or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Who is your ideal client?
Anybody who's stressed out.
Just keep going.
Oh, anybody who's stressed out or just doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to their move. I've done thousands of moves at this point, so I know exactly what they're going through and what they're about to go through, right?
Perfect. So do you have like an age range, or is it new homes particularly that you're looking for, or just anyone?
Anybody, we move people age range anywhere from 18 to 80. There's really, at some point, everybody needs to move. It's just if they don't know what they're doing and they're stressing out so much, we're the way to go. I mean, it's just the systems in place that just show them how to get their move done stress-free with professional equipment and techniques.
Perfect. I like that. Do you have a ritual that you follow in the morning or evening?
Not really, no. I brush my teeth, put my pants one leg on at a time, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I know there's one thing that you do, and that is play with your beautiful children.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, it's definitely a blessing to have those two. That's for sure.
And of course, I see you at Make Your Mark Mindset every other Tuesday. So that's something that you're doing. That's a ritual that you've got.
Oh yes, certainly, for sure. Yeah, I definitely do my networking events and go meet the people. That's what it's all about.
Perfect. What would you tell your younger self if you had to look back?
I'll keep going. Yeah.
All right. How do you incorporate technology into your business?
Well, I've been a hobbyist programmer for, I don't know, over a decade and a half. So a long time. Yeah, and I do all the websites, and it handles all my booking, my scheduling, my employees, their schedules, when and where they're supposed to show up. Yeah, technology basically runs my whole business.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me to program, I'd be like lost. I would be completely lost. So hats off to you if you can program. That's
Well, thank
pretty
you.
cool. Do you use any sort of social media with your business?
I'm not actually the social media person, but I do believe we use Facebook a lot.
Okay. So you're just on the one platform.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'm not the social media person, so yeah, no.
That's where you come talk to me.
Yeah.
So generally you want to be at least on 2 or 3 platforms.
Okay.
Just so then you actually do get that notice. You get noticed. You have that presence, right?
Okay.
Each platform works very differently. So like Instagram is like, very picture friendly,
Yeah.
right? Whereas Facebook is picture friendly, but also you can put articles and all that stuff. So you use both platforms very differently.
Okay.
Do you guys have a blog on your?
Oh, we haven't started reading the blog yet.
See, that would also be really good to incorporate it, because what happens is if you write a blog at least 2 times a week, you've now increased traffic to your website by 5 times.
Oh wow.
So that's huge.
impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That is
So if that's anything that you're gonna sort of start with, I would start with like having a blog and having social media presence.
okay.
What would you give advice to people who are just starting out in the business?
Well, no matter what, have a plan. Always have a plan in place, because pretty much no matter what, nothing's going to go according to plan. But at least you can say you had a plan in place and you had some idea where you were going, right? But business is all about pivoting and changing and adapting to changing situations. And don't ever expect it to go right the first time or the second time or the third time. Just remember, it's not baseball. There's no 3 strikes and you're out rule. You can just keep swinging at the plate, and don't get too married to your industry, and just realize this is business, and it spans a lot farther than what you think it does.
So coming back to having a plan, that's pretty good, because I mean here we live in Vancouver where it rains and our weather's not consistent. So there, I would say I would have like 26 different plans, like one for each letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, well maybe. I mean that can take away from your focus. You always want to have focus. So having a goal is probably your first step, and then having a plan to achieve that goal would be the second step, and then just putting systems in place to achieve that on a daily basis, and just always doing that. Just never look away from that.
Perfect. What was one of your favorite moves that you've done? I remember you saying something about a guitar.
A guitar. I don't know, but I got to move something that I'm kind of a nerd. I guess the programming might have given that away. But to the Doctor Who fans out there, I got to move a stage replica sized TARDIS. So it was about 400 pounds and made of wood, and it had the everything, like right to the chameleon hider on top, and the chameleon drive. Yeah, it was amazing.
So that sounds pretty exciting, but since I'm not a Doctor Who fan, I have no idea what you're.
It's basically a giant blue police box from London. If you've ever seen those police boxes in London.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what it is.
Interesting. Yeah. That's kind of cool. So what projects are you working on currently?
Right now, I'm just trying to develop my sales process so we can start bringing in people that are outside of our referral network, because I've learned that my customers do an amazing job at selling my company. I do a terrible job at doing so, and so 100% of my business comes from referral. We don't do any outside leads right now, and we're trying to figure out kind of how to do outside leads, and working on a process to show people exactly how we do our move and educate them all within one visit of doing a quote.
So that's another place that social media can really come into place, is one by running your ads and working with a storyteller to actually bring that process to life.
Yeah, actually, right after this, I'm meeting with Up Media to deal with possibly doing a video to educate people on exactly how different our system is, because currently there's no other moving company doing it the way we do it. There's a lot of moving companies that suggest you use our tubs, but there's very little intersection between the companies, whereas we actually own a company that rents out the tubs. We bundle in the package for you, and our prices pretty much beat anybody out there.
Perfect. I like that. So how do you give back to the community?
Well, right now we're working with a company called Working Gears, and they give basically interview equipment and personal protective equipment to people who need jobs. So, you know, like collared shirts and hard hats and steel-toe boots, and we basically handle all their moving and storage for them for free, and it's the least we can do for them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What mistakes have you made over the past, and what have you learned from them?
I've never made a mistake. I've only ever had learning experiences, so I've learned a lot, and that's the key, is to actually learn from your mistakes. And the only true mistake is one that you can keep repeating over and over again.
That's an excellent point of view, because honestly, like, a lot of times you hear, "Oh, what mistakes?" But really, it's like, what have you learned? What
Exactly.
learning curves have you come through?
Yeah, and you know, mistakes, people just call them mistakes to use them as excuses to give up on stuff, right? And it's just, you know, if it were easy, everybody would doing it. And,
yeah.
I like to say, if it were easy, it wouldn't be so much fun.
Well said. Very well said. Why should anybody work with you?
Well, if you want a stress-free move, that would be the reason you'd want to work with me. And you know, you don't have to take my word for it. My customers have posted plenty of reviews about me online to tell you exactly how we do it.
And his lighthearted personality also helps, which makes it easier. So how do you actually work with realtors or mortgage brokers?
Well, we are able to add a ton of value to their service. Basically, when you refer your customer to us, we treat them like the highest order of any customer, like we do anybody. And they will actually thank you when we're done with them. Quite often, they'll send you a gift card saying thank you for referring this company to us. They were amazing. And it truly is a very stressful moment. And the things that can crop up on move day can just throw a wrench in gear. And, you know, I like to have a plan, like I said, but if it doesn't go to plan, you know, there's strategies in place to get around those. And with our experience and with the number of moves we've done all over the city, there's pretty much nothing you can't throw at us that we don't know how to solve at this point.
So do you work with a lot of realtors and mortgage brokers and designers?
A ton of realtors, a ton of mortgage brokers, and actually personal trainers, because when you're really stressed out, you like to tell your personal trainer, and that's another person we like to work with.
Perfect. So with the realtors and mortgage brokers, do you offer them anything special?
Yeah, we have ways for them to buy their clients gifts, and then those gifts are a reduced rate for the realtors and the mortgage brokers. But the full price is still shown to the customer to show the value that you're adding to their service, basically.
What do you value most in life?
My family, hands down, they're the most important thing. You know, I've been at a point when I've basically had nothing and just my family, and that's when I realized that's really all I need.
That's excellent advice. Excellent. What value do you bring to the table to the real estate market?
Well, you know, my company's never lost a damage deposit on any move for you know, elevators or common areas, with the exception of my very first customer, who decided to move a couch down the day before in the middle of a Strata meeting. None of my customers have been fined by Strata. He was definitely fined by Strata a significant amount. I believe they maxed out that one legally, but yeah, that was interesting.
Wow, that's an interesting story. So be careful of your Strata.
Yeah, follow your Strata, and if you're ever concerned about what your Strata will allow, you can always ask us to contact your Strata for you, and we will do that.
So you work with your realtor and your client and the Strata.
You pretty much have to. Yeah, I mean, there's so many moving parts on moving day that all those things have to work together, or it's a nightmare for everyone.
Perfect. Do you have any closing remarks for our viewers?
No.
You're lost for words now.
Yeah, I pretty much drilled me there. So, yeah, if you need a moving supplies, call the guys with the ties. We always have ties printed on our shirts because we like to look professional. We just don't want to hang ourselves.
Oh, so that's what it was. It was a tie.
Yeah, of course.
If you just share how people could find you, that'd be awesome.
Just nashmoving.com, facebook.com/nashmoving. Yeah, you could reach us there. You can also book your quote right online, and we'll come see you. You just tell us what dates and times are available, and it shows what times we're available. Done. 2 clicks and you're booked.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Aaron, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.